Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Today I'm doing Nigel from the Wild Thornberrys. You guys loved my Instagram tutorial on this one, so I figured I'd give you a more in-depth look on how I created it. Thank you so much for sticking with me through these awkward first videos. You guys are the real MVP. If there's anything that you want to see me do next, then leave a comment below, and if you're interested in seeing Nigel in action, then keep watching. As always, I start with a primer to prep my skin for painting. I like using THAYERS Witch Hazel because it contains aloe, which is moisturizing and helps prevent against irritation. I use a non-toxic glue stick to smooth down my eyebrows. The glue sticks work perfectly because they don't irritate your skin and they wash right off in the shower. Plus, they're super cheap. I'm doing my outlining with the black shade from the Ben Nye Glam Shadow palette. I normally have to make a lot of adjustments along the way, and eyeshadow is super easy to rub away with my finger or a damp Q-tip. For outlining, I like to use a pencil brush because they have shorter, stiffer bristles. It just gives me more control over where I want the eyeshadow to go. This one I found on sale on Haute Look, and it's by Blend Minerals. They're usually super expensive, but you can use any pencil brush for this. For Nigel, the reference photo is extremely important because we aren't going to be painting him straight on. All of the classic pictures of him are shown at an angle, so I went for more of a side profile. I usually like to completely outline a character before deciding which features to pop with paper, but since I was doing a side profile, I needed to take that into account now. I wasn't going to be able to fit Nigel's hair on my forehead, so I needed to create a prop. When making a paper prop, it helps to hold the sheet up to the area where you need it to be, and just sketch it from there. It helps to get the proper fit and proportion, and it also helps you visualize what you're trying to create, if that makes sense. Transitioning from the face to the neck can be tough because of the change of depth, so it's important to keep your head, neck, and shoulders aligned to keep the sketching accurate. Proportions play such a huge part in making these characters come to life. Nigel has a very thin neck, so I knew that I had to recreate one instead of using my own. But his shoulders are very broad, which makes me able to use that space. I started mapping out the details of his shirt, which is exactly what you don't want to do. For large areas that are all filled in with the same color, it's much easier to just paint it and then do the detailing afterwards. But you live and you learn. As always, I'm using the MEHRON Paradise palette for my paint. Some face paints can really dry out your skin, but MEHRON is very gentle, and it doesn't get dry and flaky, so you don't have to worry about how many layers of paint you're using. For characters with a natural skin tone, I would normally use a foundation as a base, but Nigel has a very pinky skin tone, so it made more sense for me to use a paint. And this is where I decided to say screw it to those extra details and coated right over everything using white for my base coat. The white will make it easier for me to get the kind of coverage I will need later. It's tough to get the exact color on the first try, so I normally need to make adjustments along the way. Here, I made his skin too dark, so I need to go in with a lighter layer to brighten it up. I had first laid down white as the base coat for his shirt, so now I just need to go back in with a light yellow to give it that off-white canvas color. Now on to my favorite part, blocking out the background and making the character come to life with outlining. I'm using a different paint for the outlining this time. I was running low on my black MEHRON paint, so I figured I'd give this Wolfe one a shot. I'm liking it so far, it's really opaque and the application is super smooth. How could I forget Nigel's huge Adam's apple? The mustache and ears were getting a little lost in the sauce, so I decided to pop them out with paper. First, I need to remove the originals and paint it white so that I have a solid background. Otherwise, it could ruin the illusion. Now get that hair out of the way so that we can get down to business. Speaking of hair, instead of using bald caps, which can get pretty expensive, I like to blend my hair into the background. It saves money and it also gives it more of an artistic vibe, which is a win-win. I'm using the Ben Nye Snow White hair color. It's a liquid, so it goes on easy and it washes out with water. When applying paper props, spirit gum is the way to go. Just wait a few minutes for it to get tacky before you apply it, and then do your final touches and you're good to go. Thank you guys for watching. If you liked this video, then click the like button and share it with a friend who might remember this show. Also, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on any of my videos, and check out some of my other looks while you're here. As always, stay creative.